Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to be talking about Blue Archive. The game is coming out pretty soon in global, so I thought it would be a good time for me to share my thoughts about the game with you guys. And in this review video, I'll be talking about what the game is all about, what kind of content the game offers, and what kind of thing you can expect from the gachas and other elements the game has that makes it quite unique, and the reason I like this game compared to other gacha games. But anyways, that is pretty much it for the intro. We'll jump in and talk about the game now. It's going to be divided into different sections, so you can go and check out the timeline if you mainly say want to see what the gacha part is about. But at the end of the video, you should have a pretty good idea about what the game is and understand what the appeal of this game is. Let's stop it here. Let's talk about the Blue Archive and what kind of game it is. So, what is Blue Archive? You can tell from the PV. The PV is a great example of what the game is. It's about a lot of girls. It's about the school life. It is like a slice of life anime style, but turned into a game with some visual novel aspect because there's a lot of text and stories that you can go through and enjoy for yourself. And I don't think game really focused on the gameplay aspect too much. It's more of the character design, character storyline, and just enjoying the characters within the game. That is the whole goal of the game, and that is the main content of the game. If I have to make a comparison with the other game out there, it will be definitely Princess Connect. Princess Connect meets pretty close with what Blue Archive is. There's a lot of system that exists within that game that translated into this game. Gacha System could be pretty similar, and there are a couple of other elements that is also makes this game kind of like Princess Connect. So if you play that game in the past, most likely you'll find yourself having easy time to understand what Blue Archive is about when you pick it up and play. One unique thing Blue Archive definitely has is overall tone and the vibe of the game. It's very cute, it's very relaxing, very charming. It's like back to being in school. So you are a sensei, you're a teacher of all these students, and you just kind of oversees what they do. You're not the center of the story, but there's definitely a lot of interaction between students and you with this like text message thing that you can see through you as a sensei and the students, and there is definitely a nice chemistry going on between them. One example I can compare this to is if the certain index series was a slice of life anime kind of relaxing vibe, I think this game might be it, and you are basically like a sensei within that city, and you get to interact with all these cute students and have fun with your life. Now there is certain elements that hints that this game definitely has some kind of rough pass within the storyline, so it's not entirely like the soft and happy vibe. Maybe throughout the story it comes out more. Maybe we'll see some huge, mental breakdown scene or something like that. But so far, with terms of story, it doesn't seem to be heading that way. So I don't think you will really have to worry about those kind of things. Their player base likes current story, all the easy vibes and happy vibes are going forward. So I don't think this is going to change that anytime soon or ever, in my opinion. But that is pretty much about what the Blue Archive is. It's basically like a Princess Connect, but with guns, and it's cute, refreshing kind of vibe. OST is nice and jumpy. Just very happy vibe game compared to many other gacha games out there right now. So let's talk about Blue Archive's content-wise. The first thing we'll talk about is PVE. And PVE within Blue Archive, there's a couple things that exist that you can do. The first thing is definitely the main story stages that you can clear and get some gems and rewards. And when you clear the main stage, the heart stage will be open. And when you do the heart stage, you are able to farm these character pieces that you can collect and unlock the certain characters. It doesn't come with every single character, of course, and a lot of newer characters, or most of the newer characters, will be not included into this farming method. So don't expect this going to be something you can just farm your characters the way you want. You definitely have to do the gacha if you want to get the new characters. But it is there, so you can farm out the certain characters and raise it up to the 5-star and more if you wish to. And there's the event story that you can enjoy. The event story stage is open, and you can use the gacha characters to get some boosted rewards to when you're clearing the stages, or some other character appears within that story to get the boosted rewards, and you just clear the stage like the normal stages and you get the rewards, and that's it. So it's pretty similar to the main story, but just event story basically. And they also do have a side story that you can do, basically like the character stories. I wouldn't call it side story, but basically they have another story section that is mostly just text, and sometimes they do have a combat sections, but it's just with the story element characters, so you don't have to pull those characters. They'll be just fixed NPC characters within it, so you just get to use them just to see the story part. So mainly for those stories, that one is definitely for reading the story only, not really the gameplay section of it. And there's also some of the daily dungeons that you can do to farm your skill materials, like the skill books you need, as well as some of the materials that you need when you're upgrading your character skills. So those have 2 tickets per day, and you can buy more tickets if you want, or if you buy a monthly pass, it will be giving you 1 additional tickets per monthly pass. So you can buy 2 monthly pass, so I think you can get 2 tickets per day, 2 extra tickets per day. So that will be pretty nice. And there's golden XP book stages as well, which you need to increase your character levels and such. So this would be another essential daily dungeon kind of farming thing that you want to do when you have time to do it. And the final game mode it has in PvE is this boss rush mode kind of thing. So each time when it opens, there will be certain bosses, and you have to bring in different students as well as different tactics to tackle down these bosses and gain some points. And faster you kill this boss, you will get more points, and more points you get, you'll be ranked higher, and higher the rank is, yeah, you are able to get some better rewards and such. Basically, that is the main PvE Contents boss rush mode. So those are the pretty much things the game offers when it comes to PvE Contents, and all the PvE Contents I mentioned can be cleared once, then skippable at the later. So if you clear all the stage at the 3-star, and when you log in every day, you can just skip, so it only takes like 2-3 seconds per stages, and it's just pretty simple like that. So this game is a very good side game when it comes to that. You can just log in, quickly do all the daily quests and grinding, easy, and just log up, and maybe you will spend like 10 minutes a day to play the game if you're busy. The next part we'll talk about PvP. PvP within Blue Archive is a lot like Princess Connect once again. It's a fully auto, so you can select the team you want, you can see what the enemies have, and once you enter the stage, fight the enemy, there is nothing you can do. Just all fully automatic. It's AI choosing which skill to use and trigger, and they just move on their own. So there is nothing you can do as control aspect. Only thing you can choose is bring up the right characters to beat down enemies' defense line. But like I said, skill activates in random order, so even though if you have a perfect counter, sometimes it is harder to win. If your PvP is your main reason to play this game, I would definitely say no. PvP definitely takes a lot of efforts. You need to grind out your characters, and you need to have some essential gacha characters to be succeed within PvP to get the higher rank. The PvP rewards is pretty decent. As you clear more rank, the initial reward it gives is pretty big. Especially early game, it should be able to give you a lot of gems to save up for the gachas. So it is quite important to get to top rank 1 to get the maximize the first clearance or reward kind of that. Then after that, you're pretty much safe. You can just ignore the PvP entirely until the season resets, which happens like every 6 months or so. Yeah, I think every 6 months they shuffled the thing, so all the thing will be resetted, so you can climb it again to the top, and you are able to receive all the gems once again. But it doesn't happen that often, so once you do it, you can be safe for another 6 months and just play casually. But the PvP definitely could get stressful because there's nothing you can do. Everything's a luck base, and like I said, you will definitely need certain characters that if you don't want to do well with the top ranks. Alright, let's talk about Gacha System with the Blue Archive. So first thing is about the pity. Pity used to be 200, now it is reduced to 300 in Japan a while ago, and the global server will be following 200 pity counts from the start right away, which is a huge plus. And there is no rate up as you pull more, so for example, it doesn't matter if you're at the 10 pull or 100 pulls, every time you pull, it'll be exactly the same rates. So there is no like Genshin impact where you pull more, you get a little bit more rate up towards to the banner character. And how the pity point works is that every time you pull, you get 1 point. So every 10 rolls will give you 10 points. So you need to pull total of 200s to gain 200 points. And once you have the 200 points, you can trade that 200 points into the banner character. So that is how the pity system works. There is no like at 200 pull, it will drop the character. And the pity will not carry over. So these points you saved up, if you don't trade for the character, it will disappear. Or if you had, let's say, 190 points and you just need 10 pulls but you forgot to pull it or something, then the pity got and the banner disappears. Then the pity points you saved up will be turned into these shards that you can use to craft some skill books, some other useless materials. This shard is pretty useless. So honestly, it's kind of demotivating to run the gacha time to time. And also, game has a limited banner characters like Princess Connect and many other games. And limited banner character works pretty much the same as the regular banner characters. The only difference is that limited banner has been following the rule where it comes out of 2 characters per banner. So meaning there'll be banner A and banner B, and if you pull banner A characters and trying to save up 200 points and you ended up getting that character, you'll still have 200 points when you move down to the banner B. So in theory, the best scenario most likely when you're pitting the character will be pulling out 200 times in banner A and actually get the banner A character from the drop within that 200 pulls, and you move to banner B and you use that 200 points to buy the banner B character and complete your limited banner gacha. But if you get unlucky, yes, you will have to pull 400 times to get the 200 points each for the banner and buy the character with the pity points. Now, when it comes to pity character, there has been 7 so far, 4 from the summer banner, so 4 different swimsuit characters, and 2 from the bunny girl events. And so there's that popular bunny girl limited banner characters, and 1 running right now, which is a Hatsume Miku collaboration banner. And this banner actually comes with only single character, so you just need to hit 200 pity if you want this character, or just get lucky, I guess. And there are some future limited banner character possibility, like from the client unpacking. There was some New Year's limited banner character teasers and stuff like that. So I'm assuming it will happen within early next year. So I feel like rotation so far has been every 3 months. That's kind of the rule they are going for. So as a global player, it's going to be easier for you because you can predict which banner will come, so it will help you save for those limited banner character, because when it comes to gacha character, everyone wants to get the limited banner characters. And not to mention, swimsuit limited banner characters are pretty good in terms of their skills as well as abilities. And quick things about how much gems you get a month. So I'm just going to show you 2 examples. One is for free-to-player as well as the monthly pass users who buys monthly A and B, which costs about $16 USD, I think, or a little bit less or a little bit more depending on the taxes in your regions. But free-to-players gets around 56 pulls, and that is considering you doing all the PVE activities and decent amount of like other events, challenge dungeons. But as a free-to-player, I think it's going to be a little bit challenging to reach that level. So realistically, I think you will be receiving a less rewards a monthly. So that's like a 50 pulls a day. Now that's if you clear all the story quests already, if you cleared all the PvP ranks already, so it's not including that. Within the first month or 2, you're definitely going to be able to gain way more pulls than 55 pulls. But as after you claim the first time rewards from all the clearing the stages and stuff like that, you will definitely get less pull. And comparing free to player to monthly player who buys that, let's say just pay $15 every month, they will be able to get around 76 pulls and stuff like that. And depending on events, they might be able to get 30 more pulls or 10, 20. It's around that range, so a little bit less than 100 is what they are usually going to get if you're a monthly pass user, counting you doing all the events as well. But that is pretty much it. So let's say realistically, as a free-to-player, you maybe get like 70 pulls a month, and you have to wait about 3 months until you can kind of pity the character. So there is going to be a huge difference. Not to mention, if you don't buy the monthly pass, you'll be receiving 2 less daily dungeon tickets. That's going to push you back quite a lot compared to people who buy the monthly pass, like paying $15 a day or paying $15 a month. So it's up to you, but if you plan to play the game, I think monthly pass is pretty much must have to have a steady flow of skill material, because skill material is kind of hard to come by. You really have to scrap them around to use on the right character to get the best performance. But that is about the gacha system of Blue Archive and how many free pulls you kind of get from doing dailies and such every month. So with the next section, we'll talk about the character progressions and how it kind of works. So once again, it is a lot like the Princess Connect, so if you already played those games, you kind of know what to expect. So raising units will require those XP cards that I said that you need to run dungeons to farm those, or other places like event shops and such. You can use those to level up your students, and their levels are gated by your account level. So if your account level is, let's say, is 50, you can only level them up to level 50. Maximum level right now is 75, I believe, in Japan. And the star system they have is a lot like Princess Connect again. As you get the dupe from the gachas, it will get converted into these stones, and these stones you can buy the character fragments from the shop. And you buy this fragment from the shop, you collect these character fragments, and you raise up their stars. The stones can be obtained from those PVE ranking I talked about, as well as the event shop time to time, and some other ways around. They don't give out a lot of this, so you can't really expect to make everyone into 5-star as free-to-player. You really have to choose and focus into certain units, otherwise you won't be able to progress them all into 5-star. So there's a lot of stuff you need to focus. Usually support ability characters are less focused, and usually the DPS units are the ones that you want to level down up to the max stars and max levels and such. And also important part of them is the skill level. You need to increase their skill levels to sometimes give extra ability with their skills. And as you level up their skills, sometimes they have additional effects, such like lowering cost of their skills, or general stat boosts and percentage boosts for their skills and such. So it is really important to level up their skills, and this comes back around to that monthly, giving 3 extra tickets per month when you buy both of them. And gear system is also identical to Princess Connect pretty much. You get this gear fragments, you equip to the characters, and you upgrade those gears. And to increase the rarity of the gear, you need to get the higher tier fragments and use those fragments to upgrade the gear. So that's pretty much how this thing works. I think this is actually easier than Princess Connect, but either way, it's still quite grindy. It's very simple gear system. It's just very long grinds to max out the gears for all the characters. So it's going to be really important to take a benefit of it and spend some extra gems to fill up the stamina and take the benefit of that double time drop rate event. And there was a new system that was added recently to increase their stats even further, is the new exclusive weapons, and all the characters will get that once they unlock at the 5-star, and it gives them some bonuses to their skills or new passive skills and such, and it could be upgraded with the additional character pieces. So that's more reason to roll the gachas to get these character pieces to upgrade this gear. And the recent change, when they updated this weapon system, they also made so gacha dupes you get from the gacha will actually give you character fragments along with it as well. Not sure if the global server will come with that change right away. I hope it does, but since they didn't say anything about it, I don't think it will. And like I said, that's very recent change, but hopefully within a month or two they will implement that system right away, because that will definitely help you able to level up the stars of a lot of characters. But that is pretty much it about the character progression parts. So the last part of this video is going to be my opinion piece, like pros and cons and what I like about the game, what I don't like about the game. First thing, let's quickly go through. For the pro side, I definitely like the OST, character design, and overall vibe of the story. I don't think the story is spectacular at all. I don't think you're going to be receiving something mind-blowing, but it is very different than what you get from the usual other gacha games like Girls Frontline that I played, very depressing. Arc Knight, kind of depressing. Counterside, quite depressing time to time. It does have ups and downs in a lot of different games, but usually they have the base of it is very kind of doomed world kind of setting. Blue Archive does have some hints that hinting there is some wrong within this world, but at the same time, overall story vibe so far, a lot of side stories and character story has been just girls having fun, enjoying their school life and school club, whatever. So it is like a paradise and like a vacation from all these depressing story games. And if the Blue Archive had just depressing story, I don't think this game would have fly at all within Japan or even for myself. Just this unique vibe definitely hits the game for me into different unique spots that I want to have, and I don't think any other games replacing this spot anytime soon or ever in the future, seeing all these new games coming out. Another big positive of this game is definitely a huge amount of fan arts comes from the Japanese player base. They're drawing tons of fan arts every single day. If you don't log in Twitter for a couple hours a day and you log back, and you will see tons of new arts feeding up your newsfeed. So it is really good to have this kind of fan base and fan work, because you can enjoy the game even more. You can enjoy the characters that you don't really get to see that much within the game. Then they get fan arts and all this fan stories, fan fiction, blah blah blah. There's so much things to enjoy and consume. Not everything is perfect, but they really adds up to the game. And for the anime game, I think it's really crucial to have those kind of fan works, and Blue Archive definitely nailed that and has a huge fan base supporting the game within that side. But anyways, for the cons, I have a couple things to say about it. First of all is a gacha. Gacha could be really brutal. I think it was pretty okay gacha until they came up with the 4 limited banner for the summer month. They had a 5 new character within that month, and if you were to pity every single character, there'll be 1,000 pulls, and that's not joking. One of them was a standard banner, but 4 of them was a limited banner. And I quit around that time, first time, because I've been playing for a while, and I quit around that time because 2 of my accounts I had, none of them got pretty lucky with collecting all the swimsuit character, and my lesser account, actually the one I was just showcasing in this video, actually got the 2 of the swimsuit character. That's why I stick with that account, and my other account I just threw it away because I really wanted those swimsuit character and I didn't even get any one of them. So it was pretty sad, but that's what happened. So I think a lot of people are going to have trouble surviving this 4 limited banner, and they just said it's going to follow same banner schedule as a Japanese server. So we'll see how the player base will tank it. At least they know it's coming, so they can prepare for it. But at the same time, when you actually pity it, it's a very different story. When you pity it, and it just feels bad because like 200 pity per character, and there's gonna be many different characters coming out within months. It's really gonna hurt you, trust me. It really will be. But then again, if you just get lucky, I guess gacha is not a problem. Okay, stage design and overall map design of the game, I think that's the least I like about this game. I honestly think they should just get rid of all this chessboard style thing. It's make the game more tedious, makes it harder to clear the story modes. I don't know why they're keeping it, even with the event mode and challenge mode they have with the event stages. This chessboard stuff just needs to go away, because I think gameplay itself is quite fun enough, but this makes to get to the gameplay, to enjoy the gameplay, much harder. It's like a barrier there. It's like if you want to have a battle, you have to go through this like a chessboard thing, and that's just slow, kind of clunky. It's just not fun. The next point is kind of contradicts of being a side game, but I think it's really lacking contents. Even as a side game, I think it definitely needs some kind of content that you can join in and do every single day and have fun. I think if this game has that kind of content, I think this game really thrive really well across many different like countries or many different fandoms. Like I said, character design and OST, they got really good thing, and it's not your usual 2D PNG game. The game model is 3D. It's chibi style, but still 3D instead of 2D. So definitely got a lot of positive there, and the gameplay is definitely not terrible. It's good enough in my opinion for mobile games to have fun and look at the waifu and such. Is the overall content of the game is so low and dry, and they haven't been updating anything new like content. They've been updating story mode, they've been updating event stuff like that, but they never added new content. Like PvP is just same PvP, PB ranking different bosses. It's still fun because that's the only thing out there, and it's kind of challenging, but that's the only thing out there. And they need to add more PVE contents, in my opinions, that drives you to log in more and play more game. Now if that's not their policy, that is okay, but personally that's why I'm kind of disappointed about the game, because I think the game could be a lot more fun and more engaging if they were to add more meaningful PVE contents, but it just doesn't exist. So honestly, I think they should take notes from Arknights, because Arknight is going to add the roguelike mode they created as a perma feature soon in China server, and other servers will follow that as well. And that content is amazing content. Like you pull all these gacha characters and you kind of get bored of it. Now this roguelike mode, sometimes you can upgrade certain class of characters or certain types of classes or skill aspects. Maybe they can attack faster, maybe they can spam skills faster. There's all this possibility you can get with the buff cards and such, and it just makes it a lot of fun to just jump in, fight challenging enemies, and just clear the stages with all this different character. And it just it just makes you wanna make more character, build more characters. I built tons of new character when the Arknights came out with their roguelike mode. I mean, I usually do with other character, but I invest into so many different characters just to have fun and go with the certain tactics to clear out the stage and such. And if they're adding that as a permanent mode now, so hopefully they will take the notes from that game and add something like that. But not sure if they want to do that. I guess maybe that's not their intentions, but yeah, that's my biggest disappointment with this game, is the content wise. Honestly, hoping that will add something new for the first anniversary to look out for, because right now the game is pretty stale. Like I said, it's still fun to enjoy stories and stuff, but I can't really see myself spending tons of money into this game like the other gacha games that do, because there's nothing too much for you to do besides the PvE ranking bosses, and that only gets you so far. You know, you hit the wall and you just like, you know what, what's next now? But yeah, that is pretty much my complaints about the game. But overall, I still like this game. I think this game still got very great design, very great OST, and overall vibe of the game is unique and unlike other games out there right now. So hoping this game will pick up with the content updates and maybe other aspects, then I think I'll be more happier with this game as a series going on forward. But as of right now, it's there, it's out there, but I don't think it's gonna It's out there right now, but I don't think it will get up to higher place unless they add something new to it. They definitely need something new. It's not about progression or stuff like that. They actually need a new content to give a different experience with the character you have invested into and try to do something else with them. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I thought it was going to be shorter than this, but it got them really long. This is Jake. Thanks for watching this review. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.